What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back. We are here, me and Mr. Milky over there, all the way in the UK, and we're going to be talking about the Acolyte. So, Ryan, I'm curious to see what you think of this show. We're going to break it down as best we can. We're going to go through the characters. I think that's kind of important, just because we do have some new characters in this thing. And I'll start off first. So overall, I did like it. I enjoyed episode 1 more than episode 2, and we'll kind of go into that. My biggest issue with the show right now, though, it's I don't want to say it was fast paced, because I don't think it was fast paced. I thought there was definitely some slower parts, but I felt like in those slower parts we needed more character development, because I feel like we just didn't get enough. So that would be my biggest gripe with the show. But again, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. What is your general feelings on this?
What say I? So I watched both of them back to back. I really don't know where I sit. Honestly, I think I'm right in the middle of the fence, and I genuinely mean that. I like it in ways, and I dislike it in many others. You know, we'll get into it, I'm sure. But like, I was hyped for a certain person to be in this show, and then she's gone in the first episode. I was gutted.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I feel like there's no world building happening whatsoever. We have jumped around 5 different planets, I think, in 2 episodes, and I feel like I haven't seen it, a single one of them. They've all felt like exactly the same place. I like different aliens, so I don't know. It's literally 50-50 right now as to whether I like it or not.
No, it makes sense. I mean, that's one of the issues I have, is that when I say it's moving kind of fast, I don't think it's moving fast as far as the plot. I think it's moving fast as jumping from a planet to planet, and it's like you're there in 2 seconds. Like, there's no, like, I think about it, man. Like in A New Hope, like they're traveling from Tatooine trying to head to Alderaan, and look how long that takes. And they're going hyperspace, and I don't know. I mean, I get you can't sit here and watch people travel from planet to planet, but when you're going to planets that nobody's ever heard of, I feel like there needs to be a tad of a backstory on that, just a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be much, but
maybe we'll get backstory, and maybe it fits with today's society. Quick, fast-paced change of scenes and things like that. Like, everybody likes the YouTube Shorts this day because it's just scrolling doom and stuff like that. Maybe that was stylistically made to look that way.
Yeah.
It's a new Star Wars. It's not connected to the originals. It's one of my main key things about it, is it isn't part of the Skywalker story. I like that. I feel like it's I think it's a new direction for Star Wars, because what are they going to do? They're just going to keep trying to fill in gaps forever. Yeah. They can't do that.
Yeah, I know. And I'm kind of tired of it. I mean, unless you're going to give me a Luke Skywalker show or a Luke Skywalker, movie that's, in between what happens with Mando and what happens in the Force Awakens. I'm kind of over it too. I really am. I wish they would just go like 1,000 years in the future, and where there's can't be anybody that we know alive. And now we're going back, and we're going back only 100 years, which there's still characters they could bring in, and they're saying there's no cameos. We'll see. But I know we talked about this on Sunday. We said, and I think I told you, I said I have a feeling that the first death is going to be was it Irana or something like that? Like Alana, I can't remember.
Indara.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of said, I feel like that she's going to be the first death, and literally within the first 6 minutes, she's gone.
I was not happy at all, bro. I was really annoyed. Like, she did one of the coolest things I've ever seen a Jedi ever freaking do, where she balanced up that beam with the Force, which is amazing in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then we'll get onto it. She dies. She doesn't even die like a bloody Jedi.
But again, I think that won't be the last time we see her. I mean, we'll see her in flashbacks, because I'm pretty sure.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the story they're telling her that's already happened, we're going to see.
Yeah, I think that's and I think everyone's talking online. Episode 3 is going to be so decisive and divisive, and it's going to be worse than what Star Wars did with The Last Jedi. And I mean, I'm feeling I already know what it is, and I have literally not even looked at spoilers. I haven't watched any of these reviews from the people who saw the first half of the season. This is just my own gut and just kind of what I learned in the first 2 episodes. dude, I think it's just gonna be like the Jedi just ended up killing like civilians, and I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a reason, but that's what it kind of sounds like, and that's why May is so upset with that. And I feel like that's what it's gonna be, and they're gonna come up with some weird reason why, and I think that's what people are gonna be probably angry about because the Jedi would never do that. Well, if it does something for them, then
Mhm.
at least it'll make sense. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's the route they're going here. I don't know, but
Definitely. Well, welcome in the chat. So we've got Christina Payne in the chat. We've got Vampire Goddess in the chat saying, "Love you, Ryan. Falling asleep to you." I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but thank you. So I had a question for you, Headless, because I got really confused through this whole first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Did they publicly announce that this was a twin story thing? Because the story I was getting throughout this thing was that you weren't meant to believe that there was a twin.
Well, we kind of talked about that Sunday. I remember them mentioning this like a year ago, and then
Star Wars mentioned that it was a twin story.
Or maybe Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars probably didn't mention it, but like that was the big rumor. And I mean, it's not even like I don't even know why it was a big deal. Like we knew what was going on. Like you knew, like you had an idea probably, even if you didn't hear anything, you probably had an idea that those were not the 2 same characters that we saw in the very opening, and then after the credits, then we saw her wake up in that other ship. Like right away, like the demeanor's different, and
I get it, but if you're a completely neutral viewer, just
Yeah.
going on to Disney Plus today and just clicking it, I could have been easily duped into thinking that was the same person because of the way the story goes. You're all the people are questioning her about it, and she's having to prove herself. And
Yeah,
it was just it was like the twin was going to be a surprise, but we already knew that. It was weird.
I think that's what their goal was to make it a surprise. But like I said, I mean, really, that was all reported on like a year ago. I mean, unless you are literally living under a rock and you don't really follow Star Wars news, you probably heard about it at some point. But
okay, so then my next question is: it the same actress playing both of them, or is it actually twins?
It's the same actress, and you know who that is?
Okay, I like it even more. No, I don't know who it is. Who is it?
So she's been in a few things. She was in His Dark Materials, which is on HBO. That's a series. And then probably her best known role was Rue in Hunger Games, the little girl in Hunger Games. Yeah, Katniss befriends.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's
so
cool.
I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah, I thought she was pretty good in this. I kind of like it.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll talk about it here, over the next hour or so. But yeah, I didn't have any problem with the casting. I thought it was good. A little bit. It's a little bit odd with both of the female Jedi that were like dressed up as or not dressed up, but like made up as aliens. I mean, it's fine, but like I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know. I just feel actually,
Okay.
I'm wrong. I'm actually looking at this right now. I'm wrong. She was not in His Dark Materials. That is what's her name? Here, I'll just pull it up now. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was doing. This character here, just Jackie Lan.
Oh, she's my favorite character in this show right now.
Yeah, she was in His Dark Materials. Not Amanda. I think it's Steinberg or something like that.
Okay. I really like Jackie in this show. She's really cool.
I do like the character, but I just feel like so do you know what she's supposed to be?
She's a Padawan. I don't know what alien she is. I thought all these aliens were brand new species.
So she's supposed to be the same character or the same species as what's her face? Barris Afi. It's the same species.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I mean, I like the Padawan, the little
I like that she sounds like a Padawan and she acts like a Padawan and she just portrays a Padawan feel. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, she does. She does. I don't have a problem with the acting. Some of the, I would say the dialogue is a little cheesy or just very simple at some points, which I kind of rolled my eyes a couple times. But I think that she does pretty good. I really do like the lead. I like Soul, Master Soul, which we can kind of go to here next.
Oh yeah, Bro, Master Soul surprised me because I know him as 356 or 456 from Squid Game. He is brilliant. His accent when he comes across when he's speaking as a Jedi is brilliant. It's very samurai-esque with that Eastern style. I think he's really, really good fit for the Jedi.
I agree. I was a little hesitant on this too, but I think he's very good. So yeah, I mean, I really didn't have much. I didn't really have much of an issue with who they cast. I think it all kind of makes sense. I thought maybe that the Jackie character, the species to me doesn't look the same as Barriss. I don't know. It doesn't really do much for me. I would rather have just seen her as just a Padawan instead of having another alien. Because I mean, we already have the Wookiee. We have what's her face who's green. What was
Don't get me started, bro. That the person that is in charge of the Jedi is green. Where are they going with this? What are you trying to say? You're bringing Yoda into it? Is that what that means?
I don't think so.
Bro, she's green and she's in charge.
Vanestra. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know why they decided to do that. That's a good point. I'd be honest with you, I really didn't think of it like that. I don't know, man. I couldn't get over the makeup. I just felt like it was not like great. And I just like, I'd rather just see the actual like characters, the actual actors instead of them being dressed up. You know, it's one thing when you have, you know, a Wookiee, because that's easy, right? Yeah, she's a character. Actually, she's a character from the High Republic. She's not from the EU. She's actually from the High Republic. So Ryan, so you know, they have all those High Republic books. So she's like the one carryover character. So she, I guess, her species lives like around over 200 years. So you know, she's like halfway through her life, or whatever you want to say it. Does it say that she is a?
Good to see you in the chat, Joe. Thanks for being here. Really enjoyed both episodes. Felt very fresh and great pacing.
They don't say what she is.
Okay.
Other ranks of Jedi Master.
Yeah, because I think I might have heard that any of the High Republic books were set 100 years before Phantom Menace.
Well, yeah, they're all before this. They talk about like what do they say? Is it started back at 500 years before Phantom Menace? I don't really know 100% because I never read any of them. But I want to say like the very first, because it's in 3 different phases. So phase 1, I do believe, was like 400 to 500 years before Phantom Menace, and then they started getting closer and closer, basically to where we are now. But yeah, she was in the books. But so so that one, yeah, you gotta kind of go with it if you wanted to bring one of those characters in. But I don't know, man. I mean, you think the makeup looks good on her?
I don't know, bro. I was Jackie. Yeah, I thought Jackie would look brilliant. Genuinely think she's my favorite character in the show.
Okay.
And my worst favorite character is her partner, Yord. I can't stand the guy.
Oh, we're gonna get the Yord because that is the one character who I can't stand, and I get he's just playing a role.
Same. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I feel like his hair is more important than the role that he's been given. That's what I felt like watching it.
And dude, the scene in the first episode with him having a
with
shirt
no
off,
t-shirt on.
Dude, like why? Like what's the reason for that?
It didn't Kylo Ren is the only other Jedi that we've seen without a t-shirt on, right?
It's so silly. I did not understand it, and I don't know if they're just trying to say that he's like. To me, he sounds like super arrogant, but it doesn't come across with his actions like he's arrogant. I don't know. It's weird, and I have a little theory on him, anyways, that we can talk about when we start breaking down episode 2 a little bit. And then the other main characters. Let's see if we head back. I'm not going to go through all of these. We'll be here for an hour just going over this. Well, we have May. And then it's funny because up on the website, they do not have Osha. So Osha is the other one because I think they were, like you said, I think they were trying to hide it. But we have May, and then who she also plays Osha. They're twins. So basically, the premise of the show is we see May in the opening sequence. She goes out, she hunts down, and was it Darna?
Indara. Jedi Indara.
Where's she at? She's over here somewhere. I saw her. This is so dumb. It says Indara's lightsaber. Like, what? It's so weird, dude. Like, who cares? But yeah, there she is. So she goes, and we find out that she wants to kill her, and she knows who May is, and she is questioning why is she attacking with no weapons. Although, she's throwing knives at her. Like, that's the other thing, you know? I'm like, wait. Why are you throwing knives? And if you can't use a weapon, I was confused right off the bat with that. So I don't know. It was strange. It was strange, but
well, I think she was saying that a Jedi won't attack you unless you have a weapon. That's what they were saying. The Jedi were good enough to not attack you unless you had a weapon. And then if you had a weapon, it was basically lights out because a lightsaber would kill you. But look what's changed. Like Reva, a lightsaber didn't kill Reva. And maybe you should have just done a knife at her and should have been dead all along. Like,
well, I do. I know you absolutely hated that, probably, right? Did you absolutely hate that?
Bro, I hated the knife thing. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
If how Rey can heal animals that are dying with her hands and all this kind of stuff, future on, and all this is like the High Republic. It's supposed to be like I don't know. I'm not the best guy to get it. You have a freaking lightsaber and you die to a dagger.
Dude, I don't even call that a dagger, man. It's like a knife throwing star or something.
It might go down as my lamest ever Star Wars kill.
Yeah, chilling. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, because they don't know that May is alive, so that's why they were confused in the beginning because they thought it was actually Osha. Yeah, so thanks for clearing that up, Dan. Yes, this is the third one actually. The third one. So she goes. She basically beats up all her friends or whoever she's saying they're having a drink with, whatever, and ends up killing her in like the first 5 minutes of the show. And she basically uses the compassion that she has for others, which we know about Jedi. That's what they do. And she, she kind of sneaks that knife by her. I mean, I guess it leads to hit her in the heart. I mean, I guess that's one good thing. But I mean, was that knife even deep enough to like even hit it? Like, I don't even know, dude. It was odd, but
I get it. It was a deadly blow, but it was like it just felt so off kilter to see a Jedi die like that. Because it's just so rare to even see a Jedi die. And he said previously, I hope all of the Jedi die, or no, the Sith die, or however it works, because of what they've said in the future. But I just don't know. It was so weird seeing her die like that. It was so strange.
And here's the other thing too. If you go back to Phantom Menace, when young Anakin, what does he say he says something to Qui-Gon. He says something. He's like, "Oh, you must be a Jedi. I saw your laser sword." And then Qui-Gon goes something like, "Well, maybe I killed the Jedi and took it." And then Anakin goes, "That's impossible because nobody can kill a Jedi." And then Qui-Gon goes, "I wish that was true." But like, was he talking about a small dagger? I mean, come on. I don't know. It is what it is. I wish it would have been done a little bit better, I guess. But at least she used her feelings, I guess, or her, her creed, I guess you will. We'll go ahead and and at least take her out that way because it wasn't like she was in a fight.
Great Joel says, did she die or did she Matrix simulation end? Like, very good point.
It's a good point.
It felt like they brought her in as a big name character to boost the start of this show. She even did a Matrix cool little thing up the stairs. And then they killed her. I'm like, what's the point in that?
Yeah. And this will be the last character we kind of go through, and then we'll start breaking down the stream or breaking down the episode. What did you think about Pip?
Awesome, bro.
Yeah, Pip was cool. It's a pretty cool.
I've kind of got my own.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a camera, but I've kind of got my own Pip.
Yeah, I liked it. It's I mean, we did see a gonk droid. We saw those other droids on the prison ship. So it's kind of cool, something different. She just kind of carries him around and communicates with them or her, whatever he is, whatever it is. But I thought that was cool, something different. And like you said, it's almost like it's like carrying around a cell phone, almost basically.
I also feel like it's a sign of we're not yet evolved to the point where we have droids that can do and think for themselves through programming. We have to have hold of this thing and be in control of this thing, because in 100 or 1,000 years we're going to have R2D2s and C3POs walking around, but right now we have to have this one thing that we have to keep a hold of, like our phones and like our pages and whatever. I think it was a really cool callback to this is before the stuff you already know. I thought it was really cool, and he's really cute and really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was different, and I had no problem with it. So
Yeah,
and then here we have so this is Osha waking up, or she wakes up and she's on a ship here, and basically she is just let me make that full screen there. But yeah, so she's basically just on the ship, and she's just working. She's been out of the Jedi Order for 6 years, we find out. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of go through. Now, did you like seeing these dudes? Where are they at? I know we see a little scene. Here we go. Now, this guy actually, these are the, this guy's, I think it's Captain, what is it, Captain Blix or something? I don't even know. Blacks. Did they actually say his name? I don't even know. But we have this dude.
Maybe reference to someone else.
So if you don't remember, these guys this is part of the Trade Federation. So as of right now, they're obviously not working for the Empire. And
they kind of lost their Middle Eastern accent, though, didn't they?
I was going to say, what do you think about the new accents? What do you think?
I don't like it.
Yeah, it was odd.
I get it, but I was expecting it to sound like it used to.
Yeah,
but maybe they're just species from different planets, and Yeah,
it was a little bit weird for me too. But it was fine. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be in the show much. I mean, they were in there for a couple seconds, really. I think they were just basically showing that they were kind of working on board this ship or whatever. So, and then we get this little flashback here. We don't get to see anything, but we hear when she goes out to the to repair the ship or whatever. And I know there's a good shot with her. There it is, right there. So this one here. Oh, I didn't share.
We don't see that.
Yep, my bad. Right there you go. So right there, you can see that it's kind of neat. The half, like only part of the helmet has the flame on it, and I don't know if there's any symbolism on there or not. But she basically thinks back to at her village, and I apologize. I don't remember the name of the village. I had it in my head earlier, and now I can't remember. I know it starts with a B, but this is probably where we're going in episode 3. Is we're going to see these flashbacks of what exactly happens to her and her sister and her family, and what the Jedi end up doing. And again, I think it's just going to be something terrible. I think it's going to be, and I think that's why May is so against them. And again, it's funny too, because they say that they checked on her and she was dead, and then she was alive anyways. So yeah. Did we do a misdiagnosis here, or did we have some kind of do some force healing? I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Poppin. Hey, Blaze. Good to
see you guys.
My issue with this was the fire bow.
Okay, why?
Well, fire needs oxygen to be able to breathe, and there is no oxygen in space. So she has to wear a helmet and can't breathe because there's no oxygen. Therefore, fire cannot exist in space. How do we have a fire raging in space? That is technically impossible. And it's raging.
Yeah. That's a good point.
There's no oxygen. Am I thinking too much into that? I don't know. I was completely off put by it. I was like, fire, you don't see fire in space. That's not right.
Yeah, but we've seen fire in space in all Star Wars. So, I mean,
it's happened in literally every Star Wars movie. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand. I'm just glad that she's got the helmet on. Like Finn and all those dudes, they don't even need to wear that.
No, and they can run on horses on the top of the ship.
Yeah, they just take the horses and run on the ships. So at least she had to actually wear a helmet.
It was an oxygen tank. Duh. Okay.
It was an oxygen tank.
I don't know. I was weirdly off, but
I get it.
I was like, fire in space.
Yeah, I get it. So the repair, and then we got Jordan. Oh, that's one guy we didn't talk about yet, is it? So we have Jord. Let me go see if I can find him on the data bank.
Jord is you'll find out first.
Yeah, Jord is definitely my least favorite character that we've had so far. It just doesn't. And again, if this is something that he's doing, or they have this actor doing to, do something with the storyline, then it's working great. But if this is how this character is all the time, it's super annoying, and I just don't like it. But Jord, and that's a terrible name, by the way, too. So tell me your thoughts.
Jedi Master Jord, or Jedi Knight Jord. I really don't like the guy. I think he's a pompous arsehole.
Because here
I don't like him at all.
What he even says, Jedi Knight and Guardian from the Jedi Temple. He's an overachiever and a rule follower. He is highly trained, devotedly disciplined, and dedicated to the defense of the Republic. But his need to be by the book Jedi, his need to be a by the book Jedi can cause or can cloud his mind. So I don't know. There's definitely something going on with this dude. I don't know if he like. I mean, I am already thinking, is this dude like really like the main bad guy? You know, is this the big twist?
Oh no, I have my own. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, or is he working with him somehow, and he's like infiltrating the Jedi? But again, if he's been there, I mean, what do they say in there? Did they say how long he's been in there?
No, but he did say to Yosha or whatever her name is. Sorry, that in the time that she'd been away, he'd become master, or he'd become knight. So he's been there for about at least 6 years.
So he's been there. Okay, so so at least 6. Yeah.
I don't like his hair. I think his hair is more important than the role that he plays. I didn't like the no t-shirt scene. I felt like it was a teenage girl, watch our show please, because there's this beautiful hot guy on the show that you're going to absolutely fall in love with and you're going to want to add on Instagram and watch all the interviews about him when it's all finished and all this. And I'm like, just shave his hair off. I want to see someone shave his hair off with a lightsaber and then see him.
Yeah, I feel like he there's something up with this guy, obviously. And now this is this the same character? This is the Padawan, is it?
No, yeah, it is. That's not Lucky.
Wait, who is this? Wait a minute.
I don't think it's Lucky. She looks different. Poppin says, when does Yord become the Lord? Good idea. Good thinking.
I don't know, man. I'm looking and I don't know if it
might be Lucky or Jackie.
She doesn't. I can't.
Because I thought Jackie had orange things on her eyes. And
right. Now I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember who this even is.
She comes in with George.
Right.
To arrest her, and then George takes her to Seoul. So she probably went her own way. Well, she's part of the people.
Yeah, I don't think that unless that's like his Padawan, or is she?
He's a knight now, so yeah, it could be a good point.
I don't even know if we see her the rest of these 2 episodes. I don't even know. Chat, let me know if you guys know who this is, because I really don't know. Just a random Padawan chilling says, okay. Yeah, that's unimportant, so we're going to move on. So basically they come to arrest her because they think that she's the one who actually killed the Jedi in the beginning of the Andara. Is it I-N? I got to look it up. Indara. All right, and then we got this dude who is the barkeep of that noodle restaurant or whatever they were at, and he comes to kind of like identify her and stuff to say, oh yeah, she's definitely the one who did it. Real quick too. So here's one more. This is maybe nitpicking a little bit, but these sisters haven't seen each other for like 16 years, right? Dude, why do they have the same haircut?
Well, they don't. The other one's got longer braids.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, bro.
All right, wait a minute. Let me see.
The other one's braids go down past her shoulders. This one's short.
All right, so I'm going to show you both. I can't do it at the same time.
Of course.
Take a look at what's on the screen. So I would say that's touching her shoulder, and it's probably just a little longer than her chin. All right. So now, there you go.
Yeah. But isn't all this stuff down her side here extra?
All
that stuff, and that's all hair as well, bro, and it's on both sides.
I thought that was part of the wrap. I don't know. Maybe when we see a better shot of her when she's fighting without the stuff on, maybe we'll take a look. But I feel like this. I could be. I guess it could be from the extensions from the back. But dude, it's literally the same haircut. So
and I just want to say I'm way more intrigued by May than I am Yosha. Like I think May is amazing.
Yeah, I like both. They're fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird. So they take her on board this ship here, and for some reason the Jedi don't go with the prisoner transfers.
The Fallon Freighter.
Dude, yeah, like, okay, so why are the Jedi not traveling with these guys and they leave it up to droids? I don't know, man. To me, it's
the
odd.
change of times. It's not what you're used to.
I guess, but I would love an explanation of why. Like,
well, maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get why droids weren't reliable and Jedi now have to travel around like they do and become the space police and all that kind of stuff. You know,
it's just, to me, it's strange. I don't know.
I get it.
He brought the.
It was very Rebels, bro. It was like, okay, they're going to put her on a droid ship. She's clearly going to crash it. They're clearly going to get away. And the main character's going to go and have to save her. I was like, this is a Rebels episode. That's what happens every time.
You kind of saw what was about to happen. And they break out like in 2 seconds too, which is a little bit strange. But and then we finally meet Soul here, and he's kind of teaching all these Padawan little kids, and it was cool. I mean, we get some of the same language that we've heard in the prequels and actually in the originals as well. So that was kind of cool that she brought all that into that scene.
Do you know what they did with me? We've seen this trailer earlier on in the show's history, right?
Yeah,
we've seen this trailer. I thought the trailer was the kids, the sisters when they were younger. When she's going around and she says she sees fire and all that, I thought that was the main character.
Yeah, so
it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. We come around and he's just teaching in the school, and the main character's the main character. I was like, that's really cool how they flipped that thought on me, because that's where I thought they were going with it.
Yeah,
I just still hate that there's a green person in charge of the Jedi Council. I hate it.
I'm trying to see if I can get to that one kid. I don't know. It happens so fast. Like there is one, but that looks like a boy to me. I don't know.
That looks like Yod.
Oh, right there.
It's not, because yeah.
In the trailer, it definitely seems like that's probably her. But yeah,
so I like that they did that. That was cool.
Yeah, and that's the way they get you on those trailers sometimes too. So then we meet the leader here, and basically talking about maybe she's the same. Maybe she's the same species because she has those things in her head. Bro,
what if she ends up going into some machine plant and gets crushed up to a tiny person and she becomes Yoda? What if that was Yoda's storyline? Well, how would you feel then? If Yoda was non-binary from the start and all that stuff? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? My channel would blow up. I would have so much fun if that happened.
I think you're going crazy.
Yeah, well, George never gave us the reason, the actual species, did he?
No, he didn't. I take back what I said. Here, let me get a better picture. That's not too bad. Here, I'm just going to go to the Clone Wars wiki page, and I'll show you the picture from there.
What we're looking at, picture of Yoda?
No. So I was wrong. I was wrong. This is okay. So there's Barriss, right? Do you see the diamonds on her face?
Yeah.
You can kind of see that, right? So again, if we go back to her, she's got the diamonds on her head, and they are both that green color. So I was wrong. It's not the other character that is like Barriss. It's her, that she's the same species as Barriss.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And here, because I have to know, I'm going to look it up. So Barriss Afi species. She is a Marillion. So Marillion. There you go. Okay. So her and Barriss Afi are the same kind of species. Yeah, I was wrong about that earlier. I was really confused on the other character. That's why I kept thinking that, because I did so much research and I just got it all mixed up. But I got this. I got it down now.
No worries.
All right. So basically, she is telling him that they have captured who they think is Osha, obviously, and that there was a kill. The Jedi was killed, and he knew her obviously, and that's the news he's receiving here. Then we get the escape scene. I don't know. This scene was kind of bad for me. This is like my least favorite part of the episode. I just thought it was cheesy because, I mean, these guys all of a sudden just had this huge plan and they were just going to escape, and it took like a second for them to do it. And then they just jumped into escape pods. Like, okay, whatever. I don't know. What do you think about the scene? It was
the scene for me. The scene was missing Hack in a Jar.
Yeah,
I wanted Hack in a Jar in the scene, and it would have made it all better for me. It was a very jarring scene. We knew what was going to happen though. As soon as she got on that droid ship, I knew it was going to crash.
And then, of course, they ask her if she wants to go with them, and he says no, or she says no. And then, of course, this was all right. I didn't have a problem here because she's trying to reach her droid, Pip. And so she kind of shows us that she does know how to use the Force, but I'm glad it didn't work because, remember, like, and the one thing maybe they got right in Kenobi, was that when you do cut yourself off from the Force, that you do kind of lose that connection with it, which is why Obi-Wan Kenobi struggled so much in those first beginning episodes, trying to retrain him. Now, he ended up getting it back rather quickly. But so I do like that this scene was there because it does show that, she was part of the Jedi Order, but she hasn't practiced. So this is why she couldn't use it. So
she clearly didn't watch Sabine in the new Ahsoka show because Sabine did it pretty quick. So she should have just watched Ahsoka.
Yeah, take some notes from Sabine. And then of course, she tries to reach for it and she can't get it, and it slides right to her. And then she rescues this jackass right here, and then he just takes it. He just runs, dude. He just runs right to the escape pod and just leaves. And actually, there he is leaving. See if I can get. There you go. So
and then they get caught anyway.
Yeah, and then they end up getting caught anyways. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, that scene I did. That was the only part really of episode 1. I really was very cringy to me. I just didn't like it, And then
I think the crash was underwhelming. It's like when it crashed, when the ship crashed, I thought that was just bounced across the land.
Yeah, and then we find her on this planet here, which was called which one was that? I think that was what was the ice
not
planet?
The one where Balin and Shin are, because that's where I wanted it to be. Imagine how cool that would have been.
I don't
if
even know.
You'd have looked up the mountain and seen the guy standing there where Balin is. That would have been sick.
Well, no, it's like
hey, kind of Boris Baratheon. Love it. Boris Baratheon.
Boris.
You're the one that said that little Luke couldn't stay and he needed to go fly his dragon back to his mommy and he died. Oh, Boris. That's the man that's in charge at the Red Keep. Not the Red Keep, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Something right in Kenobi, say.
Right. Well, they had two things right. They got that right, and they knew that Obi-Wan had a blue lightsaber, so that's a win. So that's two things that Kenobi got right.
There it is. Go home, bub.
Boris Baratheon. All right. Where are we at, man? So, I mean, the rest of this episode there's not much. Because there's I'll be honest with you, there's not like a ton to break down in the first episode.
The best bit was the end.
What we got? So they end up finding all these morons who got caught anyways, and then they, he forced. What is it? What do they call force? What are they called? Force. He makes them talk, just like Obi-Wan Kenobi does. And he basically.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that, bro?
It was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, he's obviously weak-minded. Really? Yeah. Why didn't you like it?
I just feel like it's a violation.
Well, it's a violation.
It's a war crime, is it not? It's very, very personal to just be able to do something with the Force and force somebody to give you the information that you want. I think that's very overpowered of the Jedi. Oh, and they seem to.
How many times?
All the damn time.
That's happened a ton of times. A ton.
I know, but I just feel like it's I don't know.
I mean,
Luke cool. They're going to keep doing it, but it's just, Yeah,
I mean, even Luke tries to do that to Jabba the Hutt. Jedi mind trick. Sorry, I'm forgetting my words here. Yeah, Jedi mind trick. Yeah, dude, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's been part of Star Wars forever. Yeah, I
know it has. I just feel like it's overused sometimes a little bit.
Not really. I mean, you could probably count on one hand how many times it's been used. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi probably has used it the most. If I'm trying to think, who did he use it on in the prequels?
It's a lot better than waterboarding, at least.
Well,
it depends if it's for waterboarding, because that was nightmare.
It is. It is definitely part of waterboarding. Oh my gosh, that's funny. And so they get the information from this dude that she actually tried to help him, and now they're questioning everything. And I don't know what else. And now they try to go track her down on this ice planet. And she has another type of little vision where she's talking to her sister. And this is when I think, again, if you didn't know about the spoiler with the twins, this is kind of where you really get make that connection. And we basically find out that yes, she had another twin, and supposedly she did not survive. And at this point, we're still kind of wondering, okay, is this the same girl from the beginning, or is this one twin that lived and the other one ended up living as well? So that's basically what we're doing here. And again, I thought it was fine. And I had no problems with this. And then we get there we go.
Get it off, get it off, get it off.
And there's Dan's favorite part of the show was when Jord takes his shirt off.
Dan will be beating his drumsticks to that one.
Dude, I just don't understand the point of it, but whatever. It is what
it's to get all the Disney chicks in to come watch it on the show. It's the poster. It's all the girls that go to school on the weekend and go, "Oh, did you see that Jord in Star Wars?"
Jord. And then
I hate his hair. Such pompous.
And she just looks at him like, "You're a tool, bro. Put some shirts on or something." Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I like her. She's my favorite.
Yeah, she was pretty good. And then what do we got? Then this is the whole twin sister part. And basically, this episode just ends. I mean, there you go. There was when they were younger, and apparently they had the same hairstyle then. So that it must be a really popular hairstyle over the last 20 years. And then she wakes up.
The twin, I would do everything in my power to make sure I was completely different to them. I would never want to be dressed the same or talk the same or sound the same. I don't get it. It's one of those traits that we have with twins, didn't it? They always look the same, unless it's Danny DeVito and Arnie.
And then they're here just traveling to the planet, and I think this is. I'm trying to think what this conversation was. I'm pretty sure this is just them talking about, that. Does he tell her that she had a sister? I think this is kind of when he tells her the whole little story between them. And I feel like this scene, so we've heard the story now. We kind of understand what's going on. This is when I wish we would have got a little more backstory on a different character. Because I mean, like I opened up with, I feel like that is the biggest issue, is that we don't know a lot about them. We don't really know where these guys came from. And instead of honing in on that sister relationship, when we kind of got it now. We just saw the little scene, and then they just keep talking about it. So I don't know. I wish we would have got a little more backstory about something else. I don't know. I mean, that's just me wanting to know more about different characters. Because again, if you don't have characters that you care about, then if someone dies, you don't really care. And unfortunately, at the beginning of the episode, we get Indara and she dies, and we don't even know you, so it doesn't matter. We just knew.
I only care because it's Trinity from Matrix.
Exactly. That's exactly right. You know what it reminds me of, dude? It reminds me of when they put and this is when they're looking for. It reminds me of when they put Drew Barrymore in Scream. Remember that opening scene? Yeah.
Big name, make her die. Yeah.
Big name, and then you think, oh, there's no chance, and then she dies. Yeah. That's what it kind of reminded me of a little bit. Not that she's as big of a star as Drew Barrymore was, but the next time you find her, and this was, I mean, again, I like the force use that we saw in this episode. We see some force pushing. I like the
Soul seems very powerful.
Yeah, I like the yellow lightsaber. People have been criticizing the thickness of the blade. What do you think?
I didn't really notice anything.
Yeah, that it's kind of it's a little bit thick. If you really could take a screenshot between this and even the prequels or whatever, I mean, it's a big difference. And
could that not be because they're in a earlier time and their crystals are, I don't know how it works. So I'm just going to say they could be fresher, they could be newer. We're going 1,000 years into the time, and it could be less power coming from a crystal then.
No, I think it's just Disney Star Wars altogether. Whenever you look at a lightsaber from the Disney era, it just always looks thicker than it ever did in the original 6 movies. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it does is quite thin and red. I get it, but
it does look a little thin. I mean, if I can find a shot from let's just say Return of the Jedi. Let's just see if we can actually tell the difference. Let me see if I can actually. I mean, see, this was tough because that's Luke. I don't know. I don't see much of a difference, to be completely honest with you. Like if I look here again, this is a lot different picture because it's just blown up more. Like it's closer. I don't know if this
I
is
would
a
say you
complete.
compare it to Balin's skull because it's the same color and the same
No,
style.
I mean, again, we're
Yeah.
up close to Luke, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
really have a problem. I don't really have a
Yeah, but
problem
that's
with it.
also your most iconic scene in Star Wars, so you're going to be biased on that scene.
Well, no,
That's
what
when
I
he
no,
gets the
no.
green lightsaber.
Well, yeah, but no, what I'm saying is though, I don't really have a problem with the blades. I don't think they look that much different. And like you just said, you didn't even realize there was a difference. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
it helps a
I
bigger,
mean,
kind of like Balin style, says chilling in the basement. Yeah.
I don't know. Here's another shot. This one's a little bit. I mean, I, I don't know.
No,
I,
I get it, bro. They do look thinner, but that's from movie making from back in the day. Like they don't have what they have now. You know what
yeah,
I
no,
mean?
I agree. Yep. I don't know. I think it looks good. I like the yellow. I'm glad they brought yellow in. So I'm all about the different colors of lightsabers. And then so she almost falls, and he uses the force to grab her, and he basically knows what's going on now because he knows that she had a twin, and I think she even tells him that she had some kind of a vision of seeing her sister. So Saul is now all in to try to help her out and try to solve this thing. And even in this scene right here, Jord is mad because he still doesn't believe that she should be just be able to walk around with them, and she's not a Jedi and everything else. So,
Yeah.
uh, and that's basically the end of the episode until we get the very very final shot, which
Which I
is
really like.
May is right there. So
Epic.
May, yeah. So then we get this dude, and is this Act 2? Because I'm not even sure. I don't know. I don't think this is Octo. Well, I say Octo. I know. I've heard people pronounce it
Oh, the
both.
place where Luke goes. No,
I don't think this is it.
I
I know
believe
in the
this is the place that she's on, the island where we just seen her, right? But they fly around so fast in this series in 2 episodes already. I don't know
it
where
is.
it is, bro. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
where it is.
really. I don't know where. I don't exactly know where this is supposed to be.
It's not. It says chilling. So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, because I know in the trailer that we thought we might have been seeing it, but I
I
don't
think we
think.
will see it.
Okay. Well, I don't think this is it though. Even though it kind of looks like it. I mean, what did you
No,
think about the guy's voice? Are they trying to copy Vader too much, or were you okay with
no.
that?
I was okay with it. I thought it was menacing. I thought it was cool. I have my theories, which we'll get onto in episode 2 as to who
Yeah.
he could be. But yeah, no, I like it.
That's so funny.
Orange is
Oh,
supposed
I
to have
just
some
saw it.
painful.
It means you're dehydrated. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically episode 1. So we've been at it for almost an hour. We're not even in episode 2 yet. So very quickly, what would you rate this one out of 10? What would you give it? Did you watch
7.5 out of 10.
7 out of 10? You said
7.5 out of 10.
okay. It's funny because last night when I was done, in my head I was like, that's like a 7.5 out of 10. And I rewatched it, and maybe it's because I do like this episode better than the first one. I actually bumped my score up to an 8 because I
Okay.
thought it did some really good things. Like I said, the only part I really did not like was the prison break part. But I thought they set up a story, and I just thought they missed on developing Soul a little bit more. And even if you're not going to develop his Padawan, at least you got to give us something else on this guy. Now, maybe we do get it down the road in a couple episodes, which would be good. But again, I think to invest the audience into brand new characters that no one has ever seen, the only character they spent time on was basically Osha and then May, and that was basically it. Everyone else was just kind of there and to do what they had to do in the episode. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
but
not
again,
playing Star Wars Hunters. Quite true.
I think after that episode, if they would have made this part a little bit more, I don't know, a little more dramatic. It was so fast, and we get a voiceover instead. I mean, definitely sounds like a voiceover. Like this is stuff he's telling her before she even went to attack Indara. That's what it seemed like they were doing, but they just kind of wanted to have that big shot at the end of the episode. And again, I don't know why it's got to be so far away, but it's a good shot though, I guess. But
I love it. Yeah, it was really, really good.
They could have easily have kept that as the 1 episode premiere. I don't think you needed the 2nd episode. I don't think the 2nd episode really helped it that much.
Okay.
So, yep. The Star Wars Hunters game, I do not even know anything about it, to be honest with you. I didn't think it looked great. I don't even know what kind of game it is. Is it like a shooter? I don't even know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring up episode 2, and we'll try to get through this one a little bit quicker because I know that episode took a while to get through, but it's the first episode, and that usually happens on breakdowns. So
now we don't need to go through character development and character names and all that kind of stuff. We know them.
Yeah, we got the characters.
There's a couple to introduce, maybe.
All right, so I'm just gonna pull this up here. So chat, let me know. I'll put up a poll here in a minute. What you guys thought of that first episode, and then we'll do the same thing for the second. Or actually, maybe I'll combine it and say, give me your overall score for both episodes combined. All right. So episode 2. All right. Let's make sure this is shared with you guys.
First episode was called Lost and Found. Second episode is called Revenge and Justice. I like that we have dual titles because it's a duality storyline. We've got the twin duality in this whole thing, and the Sith and the Jedi, and I just like it's very heavy on duality. I don't know if you're noticing that or not, but like the titles are double-barreled, which is pretty cool. 7 out of 10 from Chilling in the Basement. Nice.
Yeah, the
We're
poll
on the
should
same
be up.
ballpark as us. Yeah. Vote in the poll. We will remind Headless to give you the poll results before we get out of here tonight.
Yeah, unlike Sunday.
Live. We forgot. Yeah, we forgot on Sunday.
And I do want to talk about it because I have a screenshot from the Twitter poll as well. So I kind of want to go through that as well. And then actually there was one up on the community tab as well. Now, unfortunately, YouTube and Twitter only allow 4 choices, where on the community tab you can do 5. So I'm gonna combine C and D together. All right. So for this episode, we started off. I don't know. I didn't really like the way we started. I thought the girl was super annoying. The little girl. I don't know. Didn't like it. And basically, we see her. Let's see. Yeah, so we get this little callback to Jabba's little guy that comes out of the wall. And I don't know, man. This little girl, it was super annoying to me.
She'd clearly been paid off by May, hadn't she?
Yeah, she was paid off, but like, I don't know. I just felt like she was super annoying when she was talking. And of course, I can't get a good picture. Oh, there she is. I mean, it's not a great picture. It's a little blurry, but I just thought she was super annoying. And then I guess here's my problem, dude, is I get that she was like trained and all that. But dude, we're talking about a Jedi temple. Like, you're telling me you can just break in that quickly and that easily. And then she comes back in the episode and does it again. And we don't even see half of it. I don't know. I mean,
I completely agree, bro. It was very much, there are no consequences to the decisions that you seem to make at all in any of your plot device. It just seems to be like she gets away. Like in this episode, she goes back and forth to the one guy 3 times. It's like, how has nobody seen it?
Yeah.
I don't think I've got cameras.
And then she walks right by this dude. Now, apparently,
yeah, as she walked past, I was like, do you not sense the disturbance in the Force?
I don't understand that. It's
You're
really,
a Jedi.
really irritating to me. But basically, yeah, I mean, I guess, but they do say that she was reported. But if you're a Jedi, like, you're just going to let some random person just walk around your temple. Like, you're going to go report it and not stop them yourself. it was weird. I didn't like that at all.
And maybe she knows how to blend in because she used to be one and she used to be around them. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
and then she goes and finds this guy.
This dude, Jesus Jedi. Jedi Jesus is what his
Jedi
name
Jesus, who's sitting there meditating. We find out that he
Brilliant
hasn't
guy.
spoken in 10 years. I'm like, okay. And so he's been floating there for 10 years. And this is where I think that we're going to find out that they did something terrible because, basically it's, what did they say? 16 years later after the,
Four Jedi, 16 years later, yeah.
Yeah, so after the girls got separated or whatever. And again, I think this is why we're going to find something out, because what happens with this dude in this episode, number one, was just awful. I couldn't even take it. And I thought it was so dumb. I said, no Jedi would ever do that. But I guess they must have done something really, really bad for him to do this. So, but
she gave him a way out and he took it.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, okay.
So it's got to be bad.
Then, yeah. Whatever.
I liked him though. I thought he was cool, and I thought it was Jude Law, bro. I kept looking. Is that Jude Law? Is that Jude Law? And I was like, if this guy dies as well, I'm gonna go mad. But it wasn't Jude Law.
Was it Torben? Master Torben? Is that what his name was?
Yeah, Master Torben. Great name.
So I don't know. It's fine. I didn't like this whole part.
Do you think she's going to kill all 4 Jedi? Or are we not gonna get to that?
Then she starts attacking him, and he has a force bubble. So okay. So we got 3 things going on here. We have, for 10 years, this dude's had a force bubble. He has been floating, and he's been meditating and hasn't said a word. You're telling me that doesn't take more energy than Luke force projecting himself for 3 seconds and then coming back? Dude, I don't know.
Luke was a sissy, bro. I'm sorry to tell you.
What are you talking about? What? Get out of here, dude.
He was a whiny little.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bro.
Dude.
I'm not of those days. No, I get it. It's weird. Like it was like he was more of a monk than a Jedi.
Yeah, it was. I just didn't like it.
He took. She did mention to him that you took something. It was like a decree or a code. You broke a code, and now you're doing what you're doing because of it. It was like he was punishing himself by being in the state that he was in. But I don't know. You'll give yourself eternal life. You're pretty comfy because you're floating. You're untouchable.
I just I don't know. I just didn't
agreed, Milky Lol. Luke is a bitch.
Oh, Dan, come on, man. Dude, Luke is Star Wars, dude. Come on. It would have never been any Anakin without Luke being created first. Remember that.
Right, but the Acolyte is moving away from that and moving away from that story and bringing us something longevity for your fandom.
Like, you got this dude doing these 3 force things over 10 years and he's good to go. I don't know. So she ends up trying to kill him, doesn't work. And then this moron comes in and is like, oh, did I hear something? Useless. Like they are making the Jedi look like idiots. They really are. With these 2 guys right here, that doesn't help though.
Yeah, I got that feeling.
Yeah. And then the guy who walks by lets her walk around, do whatever she wants. We head back here, and we realize that she's not tied up or anything, so she's on the venture with them. And I don't know. Does she have a memory there? I don't know. I know she helps the Padawan with something. And it's really just minor.
She's struggling. She tells her to put the boosters up, and it works. And she goes, "Oh, you're a pilot." And she goes, "No, I was a tech mech or something."
Yeah. And she says something like that.
Cool.
Oh, that was hard or something. I don't know. And then
he's saying, "Yeah, why is she not chained up? She's a hostage. What's going on?"
And then we have more bickering between him and Jord. And at this point, I'm tired of Jord.
I'd give him the squid card game and tell him to go to China. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, why don't you go play
Squid Game Season 2?
Yeah, go play Squid Games. Yeah, I can't stand him. Then he is talking to, I think that's a green girl, right?
Mrs. Yoda, yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Yoda. Green girl.
Bro, I'm telling you, I can't believe you didn't catch on to the green lady in charge of the Jedi. It was the first thing I noticed. I was like, go away. No, you're really pulling my leg right now.
Yeah, she's talking to
Crazy.
Bernestra, and then he basically is telling her that well, she's telling him first that there was another attack at the Jedi Temple on that other planet, which was called like was he something, Otega or something. I think it was Otega, right? Yeah, Otega. And he's like, well, she's been with us the entire time. And she basically says, well, then it couldn't have been her. And then that makes Jordan mad. Like, he's like mad that she's not the bad guy. It's just weird. And see, that's why something's going on with that dude. Something ain't right. Something ain't right with it.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah. And then basically, yeah, there he is getting mad. So then we see May show up at this shop.
Here we go.
Now we're getting to the thick of things in the episode. And again, I'm not gonna get a good shot of this dude, but this is a Quimir. I think it's Quimir. And Quimir, we find out basically killed the shop owner of this place. And he is, I don't exactly what he is to her, but
I think he's the bad guy with the saber. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had that feeling as well that I'm like, okay, so is it just, him?
He's her master in disguise.
Yeah, try to keep her friends and enemies closer by just being a bubbling moron because he was a weirdo and idiot, and it's kind of like, is there?
And how will Sol react when he realizes he had the bad guy in his grasp in episode 2 and he let him get away? Yeah. It's just a perfect story. It's got to be him.
Yeah, that would be my first inclination too, and or Jord, or some, maybe there's 3 people. Dude, who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, I agree. I kind of got that too from this guy. But basically, she is like, listen, I need to kill these Jedi. She name drops Sol. She names drop the Wookiee. The Wookiee's name is I think it's Kaleko. Is it Kanaka? Kanaka. And we see him. Kanaka. We see him briefly at the end of the episode. But basically, she's like, yeah, I need to kill this guy without a weapon. And he makes her up some poison. And so that's what she's going to try to use to kill this guy is poison, I guess. And
she has to kill the guy without a weapon to please the master. She can kill them however she likes. She just has to kill them without a weapon to please her master.
But
I think the poison was a weapon and the darts were a weapon.
Right. So yeah. So why is she doing this? Because something's going to happen with that. Because he was
maybe Sol dies of heartbreak. Maybe she betrays him and he dies of heartbreak and he kills Sol. She kills Sol without using a weapon. She breaks his heart. Something like that.
Did he say you have to kill at least one without a weapon, or all of them without a weapon?
At least one, I believe.
Is that what he said?
She had to kill at least one without a weapon to please him.
How many Jedi did May have to kill with
4 in total
without a weapon?
I believe it was 1. That was the gist I got from it.
So it says here, as the final lesson in her training, May has to kill at least 1 Jedi without using a weapon in order to kill the dream. All right, so we've already seen her then kill the first one with a weapon. So
and the second.
Now we're going on the number 2, and she was trying to just punch him and stuff, and that didn't work. So now she's going with the poison. So it's only 1 Jedi that she has to kill with a weapon. So we'll see.
And I believe it will be attempted on Sol.
Do you think they're going to kill Sol? You think they're going to kill Sol in this?
Bro, I don't see why not. If you're killing Trinity, you're killing whatever else. You might as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think so. I don't think she's going to kill the Wookiee, dude. Dude, did you think she's going to kill the Wookiee?
I don't know, bro. I didn't think we were going to lose Trinity in episode 1, so I really, really do not know.
All right. So each episode is like a small episode of Kill Bill, then, basically, right now. So she's got
basically. I have heard that on the pitch desk for this show, it was Let It Go meets Kill Bill. It's the twins with the sisters and the Kill Bill of fighting, and it kind of works. And I believe that was what was pitched. So it's funny you say that. It's funny you mentioned Kill Bill.
Yeah, because I kept thinking, I'm like, well, she got like a little kill list, and then you got cross these off.
Yeah,
So she takes the poison, and Yeah. And then we see, I don't know, what is Osha doing? I don't even know.
She's trying to fix something and she's struggling.
Yeah, he asked her about the tattoo, which obviously will come into play later in the season when the twins are fighting and he's got to figure out which one's which. So I think that's what that's going to be all about. So that's, kind of obvious, I think, with that marking there. And basically, I think she says, like, oh, we got it done. And it was like a big drunken rage or something, but we all got it done or something. So.
Yeah, go back to that scene.
Yep.
A bit more forward, so it was closer on him. Like, I was looking at the weapons in the background, and it looked like the Boba Fett shaft thing that he had. It was pretty massive. There were some weapons behind him. It's just behind his head. It is. There, that thing. I don't know what any of that is, but it looks like the end of the Boba weapon that he has that he hits people with. But I don't know what it is. Are they weapons?
Yeah. That's like the staff or something that the storm people use, or the sand people.
I think it's definitely Star Wars lore. I think there's something in there where there could be some old weapons.
I don't even know if these are weapons, dude. These look like mechanical mechanical stuff for the ship.
Okay.
You think these look like weapons? I don't know. All right, chat, let us know. Are these weapons or is this stuff to repair the ship? I don't even know.
Predictability is definitely a weakness of this show. Tools, they're in the shop. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like they're tools.
Okay.
They don't look like blasters to me. Like, this isn't a blaster. Like, there's not even a trigger. It looks like some type of jack or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just the top of that thing at the time. It just looked like the Boba thing.
Yeah. I think it's a color, like the gaffle or gaffling stick or something.
You know, I like my wide shots.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, CGI that off and put King's Landing straight there.
Yeah, you can definitely, like, in that opening sequence in the first episode when she's walking into that area where she's gonna make her first kill, dude. I think it's so obvious that the stuff we see right up front is built. Everything else is CGI. Like, I think it's obvious.
Do you know what I did notice as well? I didn't feel like they were in the dome thing that they filmed Mandalorian and Ahsoka in. I didn't feel like we were in that. Like, there was people in the background moving around in the cafe and in the shops and in the bars, and also I thought this felt like a very well produced show. It didn't feel like it was made on that stage thing that they've got.
See, I disagree, because I think that there's definitely been a couple shots that I felt like that. See, I think it's in the first episode. It's not in this episode. It's in the it's in the first episode that I thought was very, very green screen or whatever. But but I mean, I don't know. Overall, I think it looks okay. I'm not sure $180 million worth, though. That's my only thing. I don't know where the $180 million is. But so she ends up returning, and this is the dumbest thing ever, because she ends up I don't even know where it is, but she ends up just dropping in from the ceiling. I did not like that at all. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, there she is, dropping in from the ceiling.
Yeah, she did this 3 times in the same episode.
Yeah, it's just
no alarms, nobody watching the window. Like, what?
Yeah, and then we have Jedi Hot Pie right here. This is Jedi Hot Pie from Game of Thrones. Yep. He made it over to the Acolyte. Dude, I don't know about this. I don't know.
It's a guy that we'll never see again, bro. I think it was just a cameo. Maybe somebody's son is an actor and they got him in the show. And I don't know. I don't know who the guy is. Apologies if you are an esteemed actor or if you've been in something else. I don't know who you are, so I don't know who you are.
Well, he's Jedi. Yeah. He's going forward. He's Jedi Hot Pie.
Yeah.
And
did I mention I called Space Trinity getting unalived last week, like early? You did indeed.
Yeah. So they're questioning the girl and trying to get information from her, and then he wants to go in and talk to this Torben, and then here she gets him to open his eyes and basically fills him with guilt of what he did, and he knows. And what else would you rather do than just drink the poison? And
you haven't talked to anybody in 10 years. Go, let me talk to him, because I know he'll talk to me. But yeah, he talks to this random girl.
And I don't know when he drinks it, because it's not letting me take it to 4.
He does. He drinks it. It's just as they walk in and he
Oh, there it
senses
is.
something in the force.
Yeah, so he just ends up drinking it, and it's so dumb, and he's dead. And then somehow she broke away from the group, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look, it is her. It is Osha, and she did kill him." And then George comes in. No, I was following her because I am the best Jedi ever. So if you can tell, I did not like this episode at all. I thought it was horrible compared to the first one. That's why I don't know. I mean, so tell me what your thoughts are. Because so we're halfway through this episode already. And literally all that's happened is that she's broken into the Jedi Temple twice, killed some Jedi Master who's been meditating for 10 years. And we've learned a little bit about her tattoo. I feel like that is 17 minutes of Star Wars right there that we just got.
Yeah, I feel like with this episode, I was too fixated on wanting to see Chimera or whatever his name was. I wanted to see him more because I instantly had my thinking that he was the bad guy from the end of the first episode. And I just felt like, again, I mentioned it felt very Rebels-like. It was very, we're going on a mission for the mission's sake. We don't need to be on this mission, but we're going on it anyway. And at the end of it, we'll tie up a loose end somehow. Yeah. And I feel that's what they did. And I hope we don't get that next week, where it's just, let's go visit the Wookiee, let's run around like headless chickens for a couple of minutes, and then let's tie up the story at the end. I hope that's not what we get.
I feel like that's what we're going to get. We're just going to hopefully get the backstory of what the Jedi did. And that'll be a big topic.
I don't think we'll get that next week.
What'd you say?
I don't think we'll get the backstory of what they did by next week. I think it'll be a thing that they'll hold on to us for quite a while, maybe till the last 2 episodes.
I don't think so. I think we're definitely going to get that. Because, I mean, what else could be controversial? What else could people be talking about?
That scene was a good one when he's walking through the market there. That was, to me, that was symbolizing that he's walking right in front of all of their faces and they don't see him. Well, it was very much like I'm hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, it's kind of like Palpatine being the senator. Just hey, I'm right here. I'm the big Sith Lord. So I think there's something definitely going on with him.
And I could be wrong.
Yeah. And then basically we see that the Jedi are kind of they're up on this upper level watching the shop. They see him go in, and then the Padawan here kind of goes over George a little bit and says the better plan, because George's like, let's just rush in there and get him. And she's like, well, why don't we send Osha in there, pretend that she's May, and see what type of information she can get, and see if you can get a confession from him. And then Hot Pie is standing there looking good. So. That was, I don't know. Did you like the fact that she came up with the plan over him?
Yes, when she spoke over George, I was shouting for joy. I was like, you tell him, Lecky, go on, go. I loved it.
I'm just curious why Soul wouldn't have came up with that plan. Why does it go to a Padawan? That's the only thing that I was kind of like, she's not supposed to be very, this is her first.
But I feel like the reason where we're at is because of a decision that Soul maybe made. So maybe he's being reluctant on the decisions that he makes. Because the last time he made a decision, he thought he lost one of them.
True. That's true. All right. So she goes and gets a wrap or something for her head to make it look like May more. And then she walks in, and this is very uncomfortable. She's like, hello. Hi. And I'm like, dude, you're acting like you just saw this dude. Why are you acting so weird? I don't know. It was kind of odd. Of course he was.
I would have known straight away that's not you, May.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a little bit odd that was what they decided to go with it for the writing. Hello, hi.
I got Halbrand vibes, Lord of the Rings Halbrand vibes from him. He's very sneaky.
Yeah. But then he basically figures out that she I think he even goes, it's amazing that you look just like her. So he knew right away, obviously.
Yep.
And then the Jedi rush in there, and they basically bicker with him for a little bit. And then what does he give up? He gives up
that she's going to kill 4 Jedi.
Yeah, he's the one who actually says the 4 Jedi. He tells them, so now they know the Wookiee and Soul are next.
He changed the conversation because he was asking about the Master, and he changed it from the questioning of the Master to what she's looking for, because I believe he's the Master, so it took it off him and put it onto what she's doing. So they go on a wild goose chase with her while he follows along. So
do you guys in the chat, what do you guys think about that theory that he is the dude in the helmet with the red lightsaber?
I'm interested.
he is the Sith, or he is the whatever we want to
Do you
call
think it's him? What? Chilling does say the rumor is next week that we're going to get a smash cannon like the Hulk smashes anything except Thanos. And if that happens in this show, she's greater. I don't get many theories right. I'm riding this victory into the ground. Okay.
Wait, I don't get
many theories right. I'm riding the victory into the ground. I believe that's him saying that's what he believes. Are you going along with that? Do you think that Chimera guy is the bad Sith?
Is that what he's agreeing with us? I
don't think he give us a clear answer.
Yeah, I was off the chat for a while. I was trying to fast forward this episode. I don't know what is going on here. More talking again.
He's about to go confront May, and she says, "You brought me here. You knew this was going to lead to this. Like, I need to face her as well." And he says, "No, I've already lost her once. I need to go and save her again." Basically.
Oh yeah, they're trying to find May now. That's right.
Yeah. So Chillin's on about Space Trinity dying early. Okay.
And then George is all against her getting a it's hard to tell, dude. It's hard to tell. Me. It does look like it's longer hair, maybe, or braids from the back. Yeah, so maybe that. So okay, it's a little bit different then. So they ended up giving. No, I skipped it. They ended up giving Osha a stunner, like a gun stunner or whatever. And Jordan was all against that as well. And because Jordan there's something going on with Jordan. I think Jordan's a bad guy. There's something up with that dude. It's just, I mean, unless they're trying to do that on purpose to make people go that direction, it could be like that too.
It's just a high school jock, bro.
Yeah. So then they start fighting, which was all right fight. I thought it was cool.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't have a problem with the fighting in this. I thought I was gonna have a big problem with the kung fu aspect of it, but I think it was well done. It is interesting that the Jedi are so hesitant to draw their lightsabers, except for George. George is the one who we've seen draw his lightsaber the most, which is interesting.
Very, very well caught. Yeah, that is very well.
Because he's supposedly the one who follows the rules. Then why are you taking out your lightsaber for every little thing? You're not supposed to take your lightsaber out if you're going to actually either battle somebody or fight somebody or kill somebody.
Yeah, defend. Yeah.
And that's why it's interesting that all these other Jedi are not doing that. And I think it's going to end up being because they did do something. I think that's what it's going to be. They're going to end up.
And did you notice the foreshadowing of her? She reached for 2 lightsabers in 2 episodes.
Yeah, she tried to get both.
Did you notice? Yeah, she tried to reach both lightsabers. So I'm definitely seeing a foreshadowing that she is going to ignite a lightsaber at some point.
Oh, absolutely. So she fights him, and then I think Jordan came in, and then she used some kind of force push. Where is it at? It's like right in here somewhere. And then she basically gets away. Jordan blew it again, and then she uses some force push to push all this dust up and is able to disappear. And then we see Osha catch up with her and ends up. Now, here's the question for this. So let me skip over to that part because we see her, and they see each other. So now they know. Do you think that she
missed on purpose?
Missed on purpose. Yeah, I'm trying to get to. I just had it. I literally got it. And I turned it and I clicked off of it. I don't know where it is.
I don't know if she missed on purpose, but maybe it just seemed weird that it was very off kilter. But I don't know. Maybe it was a stormtrooper gun.
Yeah, one of the comments in a video I watched, like, "Oh, she'd make a great stormtrooper." I want to see.
She was very hesitant, but I like it. I liked it.
Yeah, there you go. So she misses. She missed pretty big. I mean, to me that's a big miss, especially when it's a big ring that hits her. So, but yeah. So there you got her, and then May escapes. And they're all like, we blew it. He's got to tell her the bad news. And basically, the last part of the episode, and then he goes back. And then he shows some aggressiveness, which I like. And this is really where I think that why is he like he came off to be such a like I don't know. I don't want to call him a goofy character, but definitely did not see that coming in him. And this right here is like okay, I guarantee. No, okay, there's no guarantees, right? But dude, he's got to be part of it at least. Maybe, and the other theory I had too, dude, is maybe they're both trying to become an acolyte. And then the master's giving them both duties to do or something. I don't know. It's interesting because that was my other theory. I'm like, okay, he's not the big bad, and because I still think George can have something to do with this. But again, if he isn't the big bad, this guy, I think that he maybe is like another, kind of like we saw in Tales of the, yeah, like we saw in Tales of the Empire. They both have to do something, and then only one of them can get the job, basically. So maybe he is the other one. Because I thought that this was an interesting scene because we didn't see this type of behavior from him at all to the very end.
Okay.
And then,
yeah, I knew. I just feel like maybe he was placed there. She's just met this mysterious male dark figure, and we get a mysterious male dark figure in the second episode. Like maybe it's smoke and mirrors, but that's where I'm going with it. And Kofar, cool place.
So Kofar, which I found was interesting, it wasn't Kashyyyk or Kashyyyk, where for most of the Wookiees are from. So I don't know, but maybe he's in hiding. I don't know. But he's in Kofar, and then
you see the ship crashed in this place, so he didn't mean to be here. The ship crashed.
Yeah, that's true. And then we see these guys, and then, dude, this is a great scene. Yeah, I thought it was Harry and the Hendersons right there. This is a big Sasquatch just walking up behind him. But I'm curious to see this dude. But he does. I don't know. Do you like the design of him? Is he too hairy?
He looks like Chrysanthemum. I didn't like that. I didn't understand what he said. I need subtitles for the Wookiee.
Yeah, but he basically takes those guns.
Well, we never got it with Chewie, so I get it, And there's a ship there, and I don't know what that ship is, and it's got to be something that's we know or we've seen or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I think it just could be his ship that crash landed, and he has not figured out how to way to get out.
Did you find out what it said on the sign? Because the guys were like, "I wonder what that says." That was a question to us as well as the people he was asking. It was a definite question to the viewer.
What the sign
says? The two guys that scared off by that Chewie, they talk to each other, and he says, "I wonder what the sign says." There's clearly a question to all of us to maybe investigate what that sign actually says.
I got rid of it. How do you spell Kofar?
Khofar.
K. What was it? One more time.
Khofar.
All right, so I just put a search in for Google. What did the sign say in Kofar?
It looks like a cinnamon chrysanthemum. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see anything unless we're spelling Kofar wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but I'm sure we'll find a reason. I'm sure we'll do it after the live. We'll find it. Ryan Airy will probably have the answer somewhere, bro. 50 Easter eggs.
I'm gonna look really quick and see, because then now I'm actually a little bit curious on this, because I didn't actually
ask that question.
Yeah. So Kofar, how do you spell it? No, you got it. It's Khofar. I did spell it right. So I don't know. Nothing's coming up though. So there's no information on it right now. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
I want to know what that sign says.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little research on that now. So, but all right. So episode 2, what would you give this one?
6 out of 10. It wasn't as good as the first, but it definitely filled in a couple of things for me. And it didn't make me hate it. It didn't make me love it. I'm exactly in the middle, on the fence. I am willing to watch more.
Yeah.
Anything to fill my void to get me to the 16th, then give it me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
We might have an issue.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about in the 16th. I would give this episode. Originally I came in saying I would give it a 5, but then I also wanted to give my overall grade a 7. And if you do the math, it doesn't really equal that. But I think a 5 to a 6, somewhere in that range for sure. I don't know. There's a lot in this episode I didn't like. Kumar might be the best part of the episode. So, I mean, for that part, that was cool, and I'm glad we got to meet a new character. Again, I'm just missing the backstory from these main characters, and we're, what?
But we got one for Lecky, didn't we? He's told us that Lecky's parents were killed, and she was the only surviving one, so he took her as a Padawan. We've got Lecky's backstory.
Yeah, a little bit there, but I mean, I guess that's an easy way to make it simple, because I mean, so I don't think we're
going to hash it out. I don't think we're going to get any.
Well,
anything like that about it.
At this point, I don't think we're going to get any of that. I really don't. I don't think there's going to be any character development except for maybe for Soul and just the Jedi Order overall. I think that's the only thing we're going to get. We may not even get any backstory if we even figure out who this main villain is. We may not even get any backstory for this guy. I wonder if they're just going to kill him off. I mean, I don't know. I
was expecting to see some dark-skinned lady with purple stuff, and I didn't. Where is she?
Oh, that's the witch. Yeah, she has not been in here yet. Maybe she's in the next episode.
So is she the mother of the twins now? Because I obviously thought she was the bad guy, and it's clearly not. So is she the mother of the twins?
I don't know.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, that I have no idea. It's a good question. It's a good question, though.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a. So, do you want to do your overall rating for both episodes instead of that's what the poll was?
So far, it's a 7.
Yeah, I would say a 7's pretty fair. I would agree with that. All right, so let's go to the poll and see what you guys said. Let's see here. All right. So everybody who voted, I appreciate it. And then I'll pull up the Twitter and also on the community tab. I'm probably gonna make a video tomorrow, just kind of talking about the rating and just give some final thoughts. But since you guys are all here live, I figured we could do it.
So you've seen 2 episodes of The Acolyte, and I remember your thoughts and your theories after 2 episodes of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I must say, I think your score is higher for The Acolyte 2 episodes in than Ahsoka was. Because you didn't like the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. And it got better after that with the Anakin flashbacks and the and all that kind of stuff. But the first 2, if we're putting them both up on merit against each other, I do think Acolyte beats Ahsoka for the first 2 episodes so far. Where do you say it stand on that one?
It might be a similar score. It might be a 7. Yeah, I don't think I'm lower than
I feel like I feel like the first 2 of Ahsoka was nothing new to me because I invested so much time into Rebels and everything else that came along with that world. Those first episodes of Ahsoka was just a rehash to get the public to know what was going on, whereas Acolyte kind of threw me straight in, and I liked it. So yeah, at the moment it's better than Ahsoka.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to remember what happened in the second episode of Ahsoka. Is that when she gets stabbed, or she gets?
No, that's the white staff, isn't it?
No, dude, white staff is until 5.
In Ahsoka, no, where she comes out as Ahsoka the White at the end of the second episode, and then we get the story going forward.
I don't think so.
The first one was introducing Aladdin, Ezra, and the Loth Cats and all that stuff, and then the second one was Sabine and her meeting, and then she turned to Ahsoka the White and forgave her, and then episode 3 it was moving forward from there. I feel like episode 1 and 2 was very slow on Ahsoka.
No, I don't think she became Ahsoka the White till episode 5 or 6.
I need to rewatch it. I could be completely wrong, but I assumed it was very early on.
No, I don't think so, because that was one of the big criticisms of it is that they backpedaled, and because the way it ends in Rebels, they pick up right after. See, even Dino said it. So Ahsoka the White.
I need to rewatch it then.
Yeah, it's episode 6, because I think 5 is with Anakin, if I remember correctly. I think episode 5 was Anakin. 6 is the battle to get her there, and that's before she but she becomes Ahsoka the White before that, and then 7 and 8 are in Peridia.
Okay, I'll rewatch it because I could have assumed at the end of episode 2 it was they just restarted it all over again and gave us everything we already knew with the.
Well, I think it did. I think it did kind of reset it for everybody.
And I thought it ended with her with the staff and her white coat, and she was standing there waiting for Sabine to meet her, and it was the same scene we got from Rebels. I thought it was exactly the same.
I think it was that scene, but it wasn't.
So that's where I'm getting where she was in the white.
But it wasn't her being in white. She was still in the brown garb, and that's what we were complaining about. Is that we saw that in Rebels already, and they just redid it, and they retconned it and said, "Oh no, she's not Ahsoka the White yet."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I still stand by what I'm saying. I think Acolyte is better than the first couple of episodes of Ahsoka.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd
be intrigued to know what you think, Joe. Where do you stand on it?
Yeah, what do you?
Unless you're already making a video on it and you don't want to tell us, but I'd like you to.
All right, so on the so let me pull this up. So on the live, we have so 50% of people say B. We had looks like so we had 6 votes. It looks like, so that's half. So 3 people said B, 2 people said C, 1 person said A. Nobody said an F. And then if I pulled up the Twitter, and this is the one I posted yesterday, right after the episode dropped.
We don't see this on screen. Oh, yeah, you're showing it now. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So you can see here, 59% out of the 22 people that voted said A. So I thought that's like 12. That's like 12 out of the 22, which I thought was. I don't know. I don't know if to be shocked about it, because I definitely didn't think it was an A. I could definitely say B, but again, it's typical Star Wars fashion where we have 60% in A, and then the next biggest percentage is F. So it's interesting. But
thanks for your comment, Joe. Joe says 7 also really liked the pacing, but it was kind of messy. Although enjoying it though, Sol is awesome and really excited for the new Jungle Planet. Was filming it in Madeira whilst I was there last year. Nice, bro.
Nice. That's awesome. Nice.
Epic. Her identity is part of the potential canon breaking move. Oh.
Who's that?
Okay.
Oh, the witch. I think it's
okay.
Anissa,
Lady Anissa.
So, Chillin, do you know exactly what happens? I mean, obviously, you don't tell us, but do you know what happens?
I know people have seen 4 episodes so far. People were invited to watch the first 4 episodes.
I didn't watch any of those because I didn't want the spoilers. I'm just curious to see if he actually knows. I mean, I
wouldn't think so, because he's riding his horse. He's riding his horse that he thought Indira was going to die in the first episode. So I don't think he knows. Ahsoka converted till episode 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I definitely need to rewatch that show.
I still feel like the controversy is going to come with something with the lightsabers, with the Jedi just going in and just basically killing people. I really think that has.
So is this witch girl going to have the whip?
Who has the whip in the trailer?
I don't know, bro. I just can't expect to see this whip in this show. Like you're talking to me about solid, thick lightsabers. They're about to mold it.
Was it purple whip? So the only character that I know for sure wields a purple lightsaber is the green Yoda guy. What's her face? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The leader. Her name. That's the name I can't remember for some reason. I think I got everybody else at this point, but yeah, I think she is the one with the purple lightsaber. So I think that's the whip we see. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, next week we might have a really interesting live because. If I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know how much of the witch stuff can they really mess up though. I mean, we have Mother Talzin and all that, so we have the Night Sister magic, so that's already like witch stuff. I mean,
I like that stuff.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's a great addition. It just makes the world feel bigger that way. Now it's not just only the Force; we also have this Night Sister stuff. Now this witch stuff. Maybe it's related to Night Sister magic, which would make more sense than just having something brand new and then all of a sudden that just disappears and we never hear of it again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. I still think it has something to do with the Jedi and the way they use their lightsabers. I think that's what people from the the OG trilogy and probably even the prequels will say, like, oh, that's not the way Jedi do it. Because I mean, they've talked about a lot in these first 2 episodes. They've talked a lot about
Jedi do not attack unless you
Jedi
have a
do
weapon,
not take out their lightsaber unless you're meaning to kill.
which is not what's been true in the past.
No, because I mean the Jedi's ignite their lightsabers all the time for defense.
Yeah,
You know,
Anakin will do it to get rid of buzz droids off the roof and stuff like that. Like he doesn't care.
So and maybe this is what they're calling the downfall, is because instead of being such good peacekeepers like they were, they did this act 16 years ago. Now they're living and they're like, we gotta be way more careful with what we do. And then that'll lead into Palpatine taking over basically. So
yeah, interesting. I don't know. Yes. I'm liking it. It's giving me more questions than doubts. So as long as it keeps doing that, I'm happy.
How the twins were born. That's what it is.
No idea. Venestra has the whip. Okay.
How the twins were born. Wow. Okay. It makes more sense for what I said, but okay.
I don't know where we're going to go with it. It's going to be fun, though.
I mean, I have ideas, but like, okay, I guess we'll wait and see.
Well, what's your idea? What do you think it is?
How was Anakin born?
Through the Force. Palpatine impregnated she, didn't he? Through the Force.
Has that ever actually been confirmed?
He doesn't have a father.
Right. She's like, one day I was just pregnant. So do you really think so why would Palpatine go find some random person on Tatooine to have his baby? Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
You see how old the guy is. I wouldn't be questioning if you can get it now. Just take what you can get. Unlimited power.
I don't know if that's ever been confirmed or not. Dude, I don't know. Now,
it's a good video to make. There you go.
I feel like that answer has been given to us like in a comic or a book or something, but is it considered canon? I don't know. All right.
So where are you going with that? Where are you going with that question and leading in? What does that mean?
I don't even know. Like I was trying to think, it was the will of the Force that Anakin was born. They can't do that again.
This is the chosen one in the Skywalker storyline. This is not Skywalker storyline. So, is there still a chosen one in the galaxy? Like, I don't know.
Shitty ass Mego.
When the movies came out, wasn't the Force at balance, and that's why we got the story we got? Like, the Force has to be out of control at some point to then come back to be balanced again. Correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're going to see. We're going to see how the Force users were out of control, maybe, or wrong with their decisions, and how it's all going to change. I don't know. It's interesting. I like it though, because it's not, you don't have the answers right now, and that is brilliant to me, because the Star Wars people are like, it's brilliant, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. Interesting. All right. All right, we've been out here way too long, guys. This is way longer than we usually go, but we did have 2 episodes, remember? So the rest of the time,
we're getting used to it.
Longer than an hour. All right, next Wednesday we'll be back 7 p.m. Remember, the lives on Sunday will not continue again until after House of the Dragon drops on the 16th. So you're lucky enough you guys can catch us twice in 1 week then. Basically after next Wednesday. So
3 times as well. To my channel on night.
Yeah, and I know we went early. We went earlier than expected because we were going to go at 9. But I kind of made the decision to do it at 7. Just, I think, because I knew, number 1, we were going to go a little longer tonight. And number 2, I just think it's a better time to go live. And I also have other people that I know go live at 8 and then 9. Like I know Chillin', I know you're going live at 9, and that's your regular time. So after I thought about it, I didn't want to take over a spot and compete with you. And then
Chillin', we'll see you in 20 minutes for sure, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be
and then my friend BOP, he goes on at 8. I didn't want to really go against him, even though I know we are against him right now. But I didn't think it was going to go this long. So
we're friends, but it's a different community. Those people are there for something else.
That's exactly right. So I figured, 7 o'clock is maybe better, and that way you can lead right into the other 2 guys if you watch them. So yes, please subscribe to Chillin'.
For an hour and a half, so thank you.
We're going to welcome Chillin' on later in the season, probably after episode 4. or 5, one of those 2 episodes. I'm going to invite him on to be a guest. So check out his channel as well. I don't know if there's a mod in the chat right now, if you could drop his link, but I would appreciate that. And yeah, guys, I think
and I can fill in the keys to come join me for House of the Dragon talk if when Headless is away.
Oh,
on
that's
vacation.
right. And yeah, more than welcome to come on. So, and I'm gonna make you a moderator too for the channel, Shillen, as soon as I remember how to do it. I can't remember how to do it. Ryan, help me out. What do I do? Just click his name.
You be on YouTube, click on the 3 dots next to his name, and then go to Add Moderator, and you'll give him a little blue wrench.
Oh, okay, that's right.
It depends on how accurate that rumor is. I might be out after episode 3.
Dude, now you can drop your own link. There you go, Shillen. usually we have one of the people that drop links. So, all right.
Chip.
What's up, Chip? All right, guys. We're done talking, and we're gonna I'm gonna go do a little research, and because I want to make a good video tomorrow, and I will be dropping just kind of like a general video on the series, give my final thoughts on the first 2 episodes, and probably go over to the poll results as a whole, have a little graph and all that like I do, and and then we'll be back next Wednesday live, and
get these live juices flowing, ready for the big event.
For the House of the
Because this is just plaything. This show is just a plaything to get us excited and to get us into the mood and back into the gist of being here doing this. Because I cannot wait. It's gonna be so good.
And I'll definitely be dropping the House of the Dragon video probably over the weekend. I'll probably be dropping something because I have a couple theory videos I want to drop. Again, I have not read the books like Ryan has, so anything that comes from this channel when Ryan's not involved, it's all just guessing, predictions, and that kind of stuff. So I have another video I want to make. It's a little unfortunately I did a little research today, Ryan, and I saw a name from the new series that I have no idea who it is. I don't know anything about them, but I saw who they will be writing. Let's just put it that way. And I was like, it could be an interesting video. But I also then the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, if I look that guy up, I'm gonna get spoilers. So I decided not to do that video, but I'm gonna do a different video.
Alan of Hull.
Who?
Alan of Hull.
No.
Okay.
First name begins with an
No worries. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are out of here. We appreciate it. Don't forget to sub over to Chillin. He'll be live here in about 15 minutes, and he'll be breaking this thing down. Curious to see what all his main thoughts are. And thanks for watching. Ryan, thank you for being here. Everyone in the chat that's been here most of the night, I appreciate it. Guys, keep those heads on. Stay milky. And don't forget, we will see you guys in the next video.